Morning, folks. It is a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. It's about 8:15. Got a little later start than I wanted. Got a heavy dew on the ground, as you can see. The sun is up, and the fish are probably biting. It's about April 20 something or another. I don't even know. But I got a topwater frog tied on. I went across the road yesterday and looked at the lake, and it looked like frog heaven to me. There's lots of grass, and the water is low, at a low point. They've let some water out this past week, and I'm gonna see if I can get on a topwater bite this morning. I'm excited, so I'm kind of just loading up a few things because, as always, I'm gonna bring my live scope and do a little crappie fishing if that doesn't pan out. But I'm definitely gonna try the frog bite for a little bit this morning. So stay tuned. Let me get loaded up and we'll get on the water. All right, we've got some fish in here feeding right now, and I don't know, I'm not sure what they are. Could be carp, buffalo. They have a tendency to come in here as well. Could be grass-eating carp, I don't know. Fixing to make some casts to find out. There are some fish in here though, folks. Ooh, look at that. Okay, let's see what's going on in here. Oh, I'm excited. Let's see if they'll hit this frog. Oh man, what a beautiful morning it is out here. Alright guys, are y'all hungry for some frogs? Let me know. Oh, look at the blow-ups, man. Unbelievable blow-ups out here. This could be an epic. Oh, that's got to be bass. That sounds like bass. I don't know. Ooh, that's bass. Got bass. Okay. All right. They are all in this grass. Okay. That's a good looking bait. Got a little butt weight. Alright, where are we going to cast next? Let's get up right there. I'm not convinced that they're bass yet. In the way they're hitting, they look like it, but I just know this lake has got a ton of carp and trash fish in it, so until I actually see one, I just don't know. I know one thing, it looks very promising though. I mean, there's all kinds of bait fish. It's a little disturbing, I'm not gonna lie, when you get in the lake and you see how low it's gotten, and there's just no need in it. The man in charge of the gates and operation of the dam and everything, his name is Danny Stafford, and he doesn't fish, he doesn't care about that kind of sport or recreation. All he does is, I'm not going to talk bad about him, but is ruin it for everyone else that does enjoy it. Families, And there's just no point in letting the water out that much, especially this time of year when the fishing is phenomenal. I used to give him the benefit of the doubt, but now I almost feel like he just does it to show that he can. It's really sad. You know, the man that lives at the place where we launched, he'd been catfishing. Well, now he can't do that. It's too low. There's no fish going to go up in there. All the grass carp are going up in there, the gar, and it's pretty depressing. But I'm going to shake that off. That's why I bought this little boat. That's why I bought it, so I could get out here and get away from the real shallow end and still launch. So I'm on a pretty good little spot right here. I'm sitting at 8 foot deep, and I'm gonna put a crappie bite on, and I'm gonna do what I do best, and that's crappie fish. You know, I was excited when I first put in. I'm not gonna lie, saw all that splashing, thought maybe some bass had moved up in there. Found out pretty quick that they were gar and just basically trash fish. And to some people, they might enjoy that, but I don't. It's not really my cup of tea. I'd love to catch some bass on top water, but I just don't think it'll happen back there. So what I'm going to do is crappie fish, and that's the next funniest thing to me. And there are a few crappie down here amongst other fish. So let me see what we got going on and where. That one is pointing that direction, and about 40 feet out. Oh, right in there. And I don't see it. I do see it. We are a little off target. Yep. Ooh. So let me rethrow a little further out. There are some fish sitting there, and I'm a little deep anyways for that. A little deep. All right. I don't know if I needed to shallow up quite that much, but I did. All right, that's probably more somewhere in there. Oh yeah, I'd say so. Okay, here we go. All right, let's turn that out there. Let's see what we got here. I know it's a fish. What you got here? That's pretty good fish. I don't know if that's a big old crappie. Yeah. Whoa, that's a good crappie already. And he done caught up in my anchor rope. Oh no. That is a good crappie, and I think I've got him tangled up in all kinds of... Whoa, okay, come on. Yeah, you kind of got me boogered up a little bit here. I can barely reach you. I got you. Okay. Boy, you were barely, I mean, look at that. Barely hooked. That's a good keeping crappie on the first cast. That is a good sign. That'll shake off those blues that I had. That little spinner there is something I added. I don't know if that had anything to do with that bite, but that fish wanted that. Look at that crappie. All right. Oh no. I just realized something, folks. I don't have my rope for my fish basket, so I'm gonna have to, how am I gonna do this? What am I gonna use? Let's see, what am I going to use? Okay, that's all right. I got plenty of rope on this boat. That was a good crappie. Let's see if there's any more down there. I know there's got to be. All right, let me find a rope and a way to cut it. Okay, we got that. I kind of like that hook on there. I think I'll just cut it right here. Believe I will. Got some cutting pliers. Oh, that's no problem. Sometimes you got to improvise. And this is one of those times. Okay. Let's tie that on the basket. And drop you over. Okay. And let's tie another, put another crappie bite on here. Let's try that again. Just about 4 or 5 crappie. Because we had us a fish fry the other day and we ate a good many of crappie, and we need to restock. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to throw right back in that same spot. And there's a few more there. And there it goes. Boy, that's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. Oh, that's fun. That's another good crappie. Whew. Another good crappie. These are some slabs. I don't have very good. Ooh, he's not hooked very good either. That's not as big as the last one, but he's a sure enough keeper. Okay, let's get you in the basket. Well, my morning has gotten a little better real quick. Like, that's what I love about fishing. You forget about all things bad. Get down in there. Some pretty crappie. Alright. This lake has definitely got some good crappie in it. Alright. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, about right in there. Good depth. Sitting right on top of them again, according to my depth finder here. I must have hit 2 in the head, because they just took it under it instantly. Instantly, I tell you. There we go. Oh, maybe a little too quick there. Is he gonna come back for it? Huh? Got my crappie bite. I tell you what, that just goes to show you how important it is for that. You want to definitely have a nip of that on there in this lake, because it seems like when that's gone, you just might as well be dangling an empty hook out there, as far as I'm concerned. I want y'all to look at this bait though. That does look good with that little spinner on there. My neighbor gave me those yesterday and told me to try them, and so I did. I put one on the string. That's all you do, and it gives it probably just a little bit of flash that it doesn't have if you don't do that. Alright, let's see if there's any more friends down there. There's quite a few. Okay. take it down again. I'm ready for you this time. Uh-huh. They just about almost eat it every time when you throw it right in the top of the tree. And I'm off to the edge just a little bit, and that makes all the difference in the world. And I'll show you if I can just get out there, right about in there. I'm a little bit beyond it that time, but I can pull to it. See, I can reel into it, and should get eaten. Right now we're on top of it, and there's a fish. And that's what you got to do. I mean, you got to be on top of them. And that's why I hadn't caught any. I did it right when we got here, and then since I've gotten back, I haven't. That's a good crappie. Man, I hope he stays buttoned on there too, because he ain't hooked very good. Looks like a largemouth bass. Ain't that big. Look bigger in the water for some reason. Okay, well I'm gonna stay here obviously a little longer because I'm kind of getting back on my spot. This live scope works better on my big boat. I don't know if it's just the perspective that you're sitting on top and you're able to line up your area. The cover that I'm fishing out here is very, very, very narrow. I mean, we're talking 18 inches diameter. I believe that it's probably that big around, and so when you're throwing 40 and 50 foot beyond, you've got to be right on top of it, as you can tell. And if you're not, well, that's the difference between fishing and catching. If you want to be catching, you've got to be right on top of it. So the fish are there. They're just not swimming out far to get it. And so when you drop, it's something about that bait dropping in, they just instantly grab it. It's a reaction bite because it's not live. So what I'm going to do here is get my boat positioned again like it was, because I'm able to just line up better from that perspective. And then I'm going to throw back in on top of them, and we'll catch some more. Or my name ain't Sam, and it's not. Alright, let me spin this boat around. I almost feel like I need another anchor to keep me from spinning around. That would probably help. Really, really would help on these days when you've got a little bit of current, or you've got a little wind. One anchor can hold you. You can run it up to the front of the boat and hold you in a position. But when you're just fishing in dead calm waters like I'm doing today, you just kind of move around a lot, and boat position is probably right there as critical as bait presentation. Honestly, in a lot of cases, it's something I've learned over the last several months. Okay, let's see. We are about right there. Let a little more line out. Let's see if we can get back on top of this tree here. I don't know why, but it's not showing up as good. Did some of the fish move off? I don't know. Well, let's try it out. Okay. I think we are. We didn't make it. We didn't make it to the... We needed to go out a little further. I do have something looking at it though. I can see it. There we go. Oh, that's a better fish. That's a head shaker fish. Oh, what we got here? He's head shaking like a bass. I think that it's either a big crappie or it's a bass. I ain't real sure, but I'd like to at least see it before he comes off. It's catfish. Doggone catfish came out there. You know what? I'm gonna keep you too. Yeah, I am. If I can get you in the boat, you'll clean up pretty nicely, little channel cat. Yeah, I saw him come out. I missed my target, but he came on out there anyway, and he ate that. Probably that flash that he saw. He ain't very big. Should I let him go? There ain't much meat on that guy. I'm gonna let him go. Let's let you go. Yeah, fun. That's definitely a fun fish to catch. He was head shaking. I mean, he was mad. He didn't like being caught. If he was a little bigger, I would have held on to him. He wasn't, so he got to see another day of swimming around eating. All right, let's get out there and do it again. You know? Well, that concludes this fishing trip. I ended up with 4, I believe, keepers. 4 decent sized crappie that I will clean right now. And I probably caught in all 8 fish. It was fun nonetheless. I'm still bitter about the lake level. That's just uncalled for to let that much water out, in my opinion. But it's what he does. And without further ado, I'm going to get to cleaning these fish. Thanks for coming fishing with me this morning, and hope you liked it. Hope you had a good time as much as I did catching them. And if you like this video, want to see more, be sure and like it, give it a thumbs up, and then also subscribe. And that's it. Thanks for watching.